Big Boy's
Big
neighborhood.
Boy.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the neighborhood. Marlon Wayans in the neighborhood, man.
What's happening? I'm back.
Yeah, man. Welcome back to the neighborhood, bro.
Thank you, man. I don't know why you keep having me here. At some point, you got to just go, no, Marlon.
Nah.
Not at all, bro.
I appreciate it.
We've had a lot of conversations,
Yes,
right?
we have.
And at one point, we were talking about throwing our own, you know how we didn't get invited to the brunch?
Yeah.
We didn't get invited to the
We
brunch.
need to throw the eye brunch.
Hey, dude, and we were talking about, man, we didn't get invited to the Rockefeller. We
Thank
never
God
went.
we didn't, right?
Tell me about it, bro.
Thank God we didn't.
But you know what we said
I mean, back in the day, I'd have been like, hey, brother, I got a bottle of baby all, let me in.
Yeah, hey, man, but you know what we did say on
What?
air? We were like, oh, we didn't get invited to the brunch, but we got invited to the Diddy parties.
Diddy party all the time. Diddy hit me. Hey, like that, canto. That's a rock.
Take
I'm like,
that, take
take that shot. Come have a good time. Shot.
Hey,
always.
man, but the Diddy party we were
You heard
talking
us.
about.
Take that shot.
Yeah.
That was not edited in there. That was not me in
man.
sexual position. Gonna take that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy about
Shot.
that though is that we hung our shit on like, oh man, we've been to, but we were talking
I'm
about
still
the
proud.
50th birthday party, like
I didn't go.
the BET award party.
I
I
didn't
never
go.
heard of.
But I did go. I've never seen it.
Yeah, same, bro.
I've been to probably 8 to 10 parties, classic parties, some of the best parties
Yeah.
I ever been
I
to,
think-
till 3:30 in the morning. And I'm like, they're like, yeah, man, you missed what happened after. You missed the after. Well, what time did it start? At 3:32. So you Negroes waited till I left.
See how God works?
Because they knew I would
God
tell on them.
loves
I would tell them.
Yeah, that's
I
that
would have
God
told
loves
on. I'm like, Meek, look at you, man. If you don't put your ding away,
Hey man, see now this is when you get me in trouble.
Diddy, why you so greasy?
Hey man, see this is I never said anything wrong, right? I've never said anything wrong. I won't say anything here, big.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
I should have ran that through.
Right. Yeah, through the mental editor.
Sorry.
Yeah. How much were you watching the Drake and Kendrick beef?
Man, we was in the car.
Yeah.
We was in the car. We was on a road trip. He was like, yo, you hear the new one? And then 5 minutes later, no.
Yeah.
But he heard it. How'd he drop a new one? And as soon as they kept dropping back and forth, I was like, oh, and then they did Drake did the spy one, and then Kendrick did the therapy session. I was like, oh, no. I thought he was going to do a whole hour. I thought he was going to do a whole album on his daddy's mustache. I was like, he going there. Kendrick Dirty. He going there.
Man,
And it was
Dennis Graham.
It was a beautiful battle.
Yeah, man.
And I don't think either one should feel bad, right? I don't think Drake should feel bad.
Right.
What they did collectively for that entertainment, how we all felt, that was a Super Bowl halftime moment for me. To be a part of that whole week. That was one of the greatest weeks in hip hop. Now, there's always going to be a loser, right? But just because Tommy Hearns lost to Hagler,
Right.
it doesn't mean that you're not
Take
a
away
great
the legacy
boxer.
and right.
Sometimes in wars, you're going to lose. Sugar Ray Leonard, wonderful boxer. He got beat sometimes.
Yeah.
He got beat sometimes. Sometimes when you get beat, it brings out your best you. So take the lick, come back strong. I honestly think Drake was handling it wasn't just Kendrick he was dealing with. He had 7 people to take care of. He had Drake, he had Future, he had Metro Boomin, and Metro Boomin.
Rick Ross.
Wait, the funny one was, I like how hip hop got funny. BBL Drizzy,
Yeah, man.
BBL Drizzy, and then everybody when they did the reggaeton, I was like, yo. But look how many people it took. This was like he was Thanos. And all the Avengers was coming after him. I got to give Drake his credit for standing toe-to-toe like, nah, I got something for you. I got something for you. I got something. Kendrick just slipped through the cracks. Kendrick is just special and different. And
Kendrick's
hit
different.
him from an angle that it was like therapy.
Yeah.
He hit him in the soul.
Hey, dude.
You can't beat that.
And that not like us, man. Not like us, but just different. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think, Marlon. We've seen it all. We've seen LL Cannabis, LL Cool Mo D. We've seen Jay Z, Nas. We've seen Ice Cube, NWA. But
Not
we've
Like
never
Us
seen
was
somebody
like-
get 5 Grammy nominations for a diss record.
Not Like Us
and
was,
2 for
was like the Ether, the Takeover, and Ice Cube's No Vaseline, all in one song.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just the song. You had everybody. People that don't know how to crip walk were crip walking. You had Bloods crip walking there.
Hey, man. And you couldn't get away from it. You were like, done the Olympics and
I'm from New York.
Yeah.
I'm from New York. I'm not even into the point. But man, I was crip walking there.
Yeah.
They not like us. I ain't know what I'm talking about, but whoever they are, they ain't like us.
There's this thing that's called the Drake's Opps List. And Drake didn't put it together. And that's what I tell people, man. But we had 50 in the neighborhood just recently, just yesterday. And we were talking about the Drake Opps List. And I'm on
50
the
was
Drake.
here?
Yeah.
I knew this mic smelled funny.
Right. And that was the same mic. But yeah, I'm on the Drake Opps List. So he's holding it up, and somebody, they took. Now it's bigger. This thing been out since October.
What is the Opps List?
This is the Opps List right here about everybody that Drake should have a problem with. Now, this isn't from Drake.
Marlon Wayans, what?
Yeah. But you know what? That's from October. You probably may be on the newest version of the Opps List.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's in alphabetical order. Do you see Big Boy right there? In alphabetical order, you see Big Boy?
It looked like you put your name there.
Nah. You see Big Boy?
I don't see no Big Boy. I see
Are you looking
Adidas, Bobby, Busta Rhymes,
Right. Now,
Charlamagne the God.
look over to Kurt Alexander. Look over to over to the K's. Do you see Kurt Alexander?
Wait, they
That's
put
my
your government name,
bro.
Ooh, this real. I'm about to say this is AI generated,
Yeah, man.
But this is when they put your
say
government.
Kurt Alexander
They
radio
put
host.
your government. That's
Yeah,
scary.
man. Brother of Charlene.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Ida's boy. Ida's son.
Hell yeah, they
Ida's
got
son.
Charlemagne on. They went with my government name, man, on the Opps List.
Yeah,
But
I listen. Like I said, man, I honestly feel like, look, they ganged up on him. You can only fight but so many people.
who ganged up on him? Because I think that
at that time, think about Rick Ross. Think about.
But I think that Kendrick was like this.
Metro
Kendrick was
Boomin.
like this.
He was starting to fight with J. Cole. There was so much going on, and most of them was going at Drake. That's why I'm saying, like, and I'm not saying, look, clearly Kendrick won that.
Right.
But I gotta give credit to Drake for standing with all those, give me 50. Get up 50 give me push-ups. What was that one? Drop and give me 50.
Dropping,
Oh, yeah.
He was coming. He just kept coming, and he was just like, battling so many people. It felt like Thanos versus the Avengers. And eventually, Captain Iron Man saved the day.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'll let you have that one. I'll let
But
you
think
have
about
that one.
all the wars he did win. Like that.
Right, yeah, 100%.
That Meek Mill one.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think that's what he thought he was going to do to
Kendrick.
Kendrick. When he did that back-to-back with Meek Mill, I thought that's what he felt like he was going to do with
Yes,
Kendrick.
and Kendrick was like, nah, we
but-
going back to 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 back.
Because the first couple, Kendrick was a little quiet, though. You remember that?
Yeah.
And even I was like, oh, what's going on here? And then, and I mean, we watched it from the outside.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
It was to me, it was the therapy session.
Yeah,
That's
for you. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. And you weren't playing when you said they were dropping them 5 minutes behind each other.
Yeah.
When we look at Super Bowl halftime performances,
Yeah.
any halftime performance you come with, if you're talking about Prince, Michael Jackson, if you're talking about The Weeknd, Rihanna, Beyonce, whatever it may be, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, that whole year. Now, it's crazy because I saw you talk about this on Shannon Sharp, but I've had this conversation with many people, and we've had it as well. The Super Bowl halftime special.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that idea come from?
That was, I believe it was Keenan.
Yes.
And
I remember
Keenan
this year.
And his manager at the time, I think it was Keenan, who was the producer on Living Color, and Eric Gold. And it was just, it was like the Super Bowl got this big audience, but the halftime shows at that time, they was doing marching bands.
Right.
And they were like.
There was no thing called a halftime show.
So
it was them talking about the game.
Yes.
And, it wasn't the performances.
No, just the marching bands.
Yeah.
It was,
If
maybe
you
some
had that.
dances, some
Yeah.
Laker girls
Yeah.
doing some off-season stuff. But the reality was when they did it, they did it in Living Color for a live special at halftime.
Yeah.
And Living Color was the biggest show on TV.
And you got to think,
And
usually
the whole audience came
switched.
to see in living color. Yep.
Halftime shows used to be, oh, it's halftime. I can go use the restroom.
Yeah.
I go get me more beer. I can feel halftime was like your break between. Now the halftime show when in living color said, you know what? And if I'm not mistaken, we had to switch channels to see this halftime show that In Living Color was putting on. There was no halftime entertainment until In Living Color said, man, we're going to do skits. While the world is watching this, we're going to pop on over here on Fox and we're going to do this halftime show.
Yes.
And from there, the NFL said,
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, we won't have this no more.
Yeah, the NFL
Michael Jackson
was like, we are not giving this real estate up anymore. And that's when the halftime performances were created. And now we see that it's going to be, Kendrick got Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Kendrick got Super Bowl on talent. That's what I want people to understand, too.
But I'm looking forward to this. I feel like, I think Kendrick is a wonderful artist, man. I think he's special. He's always been. You know what I mean? He got different flows and
oh my God, use his voice as an instrument.
And some of that you got to pay. Give that to Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne had all those different voices, and you see the evolution of things that were started and how they've been applied to this generation. And I just think Kendrick just got this soul, but I'm not mad. I'm looking forward to see how Drake comes back. What kind of artist? How does it shift him as an artist to come back?
What's the pivot?
Come back better. Come back more evolved. Come back, because I feel like just because you lost a fight don't mean you lost a war. Jay Z lost the battle, but he didn't lose the war. He's still up there goating. Right? So, he lost that battle to Nas. But then he was like, all right, let me make me better. Right. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
But we saw the
Drake.
come together of Nas and Jay Z as well.
Yeah, I think you'll see Drake and Kendrick. Drake don't have that hate. He's a little mad right now in his feelings. I didn't like the suit thing. I thought that was
the lawsuit.
I'll sue ya. I'll sue ya. I was like, all right. I wish I had his number. I'm like, hey. Maybe you could threaten to sue, but don't let the paperwork go through.
Had you ever heard Freak Off?
I heard FOs.
You heard?
But I used to hear rumblings. I never seen them.
Yeah, I never. Like I said, I never heard.
And what I'm not gonna do is, and I feel we live in a trash ass society.
Yeah, man.
We live around a lot of people that aren't perfect, family members or whatever that aren't perfect. Our friends do things that are not cool, and nowadays somebody do something and people run and scatter like roaches. It's like it was cool when you could party with people when they're on the top. Right. When they hit rock bottom. You ain't nowhere to be found. You sitting there kicking dirt on them. So I'm not gonna sit here. I love Puff. I'm gonna have my jokes. Did I like what I saw on the tape? No. As a man, I was disgusted. I want to pull that brother aside and be like, yo, let me holler at you. You need some therapy. You can't do that to yourself. You can't do that to women. You can't. I would have had a talk with him because that's the kind of friend I am. But what I'm not gonna do is sit here and just throw dirt on people. I think you have to look at the bigger agenda. Now they going for Jay. At a point, as a black man, I'm going, so we taking down all of our kings? All of them. So none of their kings have ever done any kind of dirt. So they're still left in their royal places, in their thrones, in their castles. And all of ours, we're going to go put in prison. Something deeper is going on.
Hey, dude, and that's the conversation.
You gotta be aware. And I'm like, and then they come up for Jay, and I'm like, come on. Yeah, y'all digging stuff up. Man, he used to deal drugs. Okay. He said that in his rap.
There's 10 albums about that. Do you think it's a bigger picture? Now, of course, you got to be responsible for whatever you're responsible for. You know what I'm saying? We're saying that.
But that's between God and you.
Right.
Everything Puff going through right now, he having a long talk with God. This is a much needed long talk, and that's between him and God. It's not on for me to have even an opinion about it because I know his kids, and I'm like, nobody has any kind of compassion for the daughters or the sons and what they going through as a family. I come from a family. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and even with that, I still, like I said, compassion and love for the women because those things aren't cool. But God is the only judge, and he's sitting with God right now and having this conversation. So whatever God wants, and this is everything I go through, everything is God. Like, I went through a situation where my assistant stole money from me. I was like, cool. You know, whatever God wants, that's what God's going to do. I'm going to forgive you already in my heart. Anybody can sue anybody for whatever reason.
Yep.
And the people that sue usually don't have no money. And the people that's defending themselves got to pay lawyer fees. I think if a person sues you and they lose, they got to pay. I don't care. You want to gamble like that, you got to pay. You got to pay them lawyer fees because it's messed up. I've been sued for telling a dude he looked like, what's the name of that dude?
Oh, was it a character from a cartoon?
Yes, from
Can you say it?
Yes.
Okay, because I don't want you to be back in court.
I want it. It was I said Cleveland. I said he sued me. I said because I took a picture of him. I was like, don't this N-word look like this N-word? And I took and put a picture up with him and Cleveland from the Cleveland show.
Yeah.
It was his doppelganger.
Right.
Looked just like him. The first 3 judges that looked at the case was like,
yeah, man.
It looked just like him. Get out of
and
here.
he kept refiling.
Bro, this went all the way.
Look, we could put it in post too. But
tell me that ain't him. Like they drew him at Magic Mountain.
I love that you said. I was like, man, can we talk about this? You're like, no, I won.
Yeah, I won.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
But you know how much I paid?
How much?
$1 million in lawyer fees. Because he was trying to get me to settle out of court. And I was like, no, you are not going to. This is financial terrorism. You are not going to do that. I did not do nothing wrong to you. I gave you a bump. I gave you a credit. I gave you more money on the day when I referred to you. I called him that on screen. I said, Cleveland, help me out.
Right, y'all.
I gave you a bump. You went from a box lunch to sitting down with a catered meal. Like, and you gonna come sue me? It's like for racial discrimination. Called me the N-word. I can't call a Negro a Negro? No more. So that's racism. This is what he's suing me. This is nonsense he's suing me for. This went all the way to the Supreme Court.
No.
I'm a law right now. So whenever you do something like this and they try to sue you for that, you can't. Because I am a law right now. Wayans versus whatever that dude's name is.
You've been working hard, bro. You don't get no time off, huh?
None.
I heard that, and that's by
7
design.
days a week, man. I haven't had a day off in 8 months.
Why? What are you getting? What are you going after?
I'm busy. I'm going after the greatest Marlon that I could create.
I heard that.
You know, I got a lot that I'm doing. You know, I was doing a movie, and even when I'm doing movies, I'm still doing the road on the weekend.
Yeah, man.
So I'm on the road every weekend. I'm getting ready to gear up to film my 6th comedy special. I'm about to promote him that comes out in September. Yeah. I'm writing the next scary movie with my brothers. So, you know, I'm all busy.
Hey, man, I do want to
I'll rest when I'm dead.
Yeah.
When I'm dead, everybody gonna just, hey, don't be sad. Just like, that Negro is finally sleeping.
Yeah, let on this. Hey, man, I never do the I'll rest when I rest in peace. I used to say that, and I'm like, nah, I don't think I want to say that anymore.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I want to say that.
I'm gonna be jealous, honestly. I'm gonna haunt people because if
they still working? You still gonna be working and hunting people?
Yeah. Because I have FOMO, and I'm gonna be so mad when I'm dead that everybody else is still living and enjoying life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you to smoke cigars and cigarettes.
Hey, man, you gonna be hanging on like, ooh. Marlon, thank you for coming through the neighborhood once again, bro.
And all I want to say to people is, man, keep a little bit of space for forgiveness, for growth, and don't be so toxic.
And error, too, though.
We are living in a place where we don't have no compassion for nobody, period. You got to have a hero's journey. You got to hope that people get better. You got to pray that people get better. And also leave some space to make fun of each other. Why everything gotta be so tight and so, so angry? And I miss when we used to snap on each other. That was fun.
Yeah, man.
Let's get back to roasting. Let's get back to having fun. Let's get back to, to laughter again, because I think that's was missing from this society.
Appreciate you, Marlon.
Yes, sir.
Marlon Wayans in the neighborhood, y'all. Big Boy's neighborhood. Visit my friends at Carson Nissan and be sure to tell them your partner Big Boy sent you. Hello.